Hello, very good morning, students. We'll study today Pelton wheel turbine under hydraulic turbines. Main components velocity triangle and to determine various efficiencies of Pelton wheel turbine. Pelton wheel turbine main components. Main components. It consists of a wheel with nozzle. This is nozzle. This is spare, S-P-E-A-R, spare. Spare is used in order to regulate or control of jet of flow of water. This is the penstock through which water is coming into the nozzle. These are the buckets mounted on the periphery of wheel. This is jet of water. This is runner. That circle inside is runner. These are the buckets, as I have already said. Many times it is also known as vane, but in case of turbines we specially use the word bucket. And this is the steel casing. Steel casing. Okay. Very simple figure. If you look at the figure and practice it at home thrice, 4 times, definitely you will be able to write without any help of reference. So this is the bucket, is manufactured in the form of 2 halves, exactly 2 halves, symmetrical 2 halves that you can see here. And this is the needle, spare needle, and this is the flow of water. Okay. Pelton wheel turbine velocity triangle. Let us assume V1, V2 absolute velocities of the jet at the inlet and outlet respectively. The suffixes references to inlet and outlet. Suffix 1 is inlet, suffix 2 is outlet. In some books it is taken like this also. Without suffix inlet, with suffix 1 outlet, right? U1, U2 peripheral velocities of the vane at the inlet and outlet respectively. VR1, VR2 relative velocities at the inlet and outlet respectively. Similarly, VF1, VF2 velocities of flow at the inlet and outlet. VW1, VW2 velocities of the whirl at the inlet and outlet. Theta and phi tip angles at the inlet and outlet respectively. Alpha, beta angles which the absolute velocities make at the inlet and outlet. Therefore, alpha, beta are known as jet angles. Alpha, beta known as jet angles, whereas theta, phi is known as vane angles or plate angles or bucket angles. For low speed turbine, beta shall be less than 90 degrees. So beta, which is shown here, shall be 90 degrees. This is direction of motion of jet of water. This is V1 shown in figure. Similarly, U1, VR1. So VW1 is equal to V1 in this case. This is theta or phi. Some books it is taken as theta and some books it is taken as phi. This is angle of deflection. Angle of deflection. Then at outlet velocity triangle, U2, VW2, VR2, VF2 and V2, theta, phi, everything is shown. Okay. For medium speed turbine, beta shall be equal to 90. Therefore, this will become perpendicular. The rest of the thing is modified, that you have to practice. For all the three, if you take the figures on one paper, one side of the paper, you will come to know how this changes with magnitude when beta becomes less than 90, when beta equal to 90, and one more, beta is greater than 90. So in the earlier case, when beta was less than 90, then this point was here. Now it has come here. When it is 90, it is exactly perpendicular. Now velocity triangle at inlet. Jet coming straight, velocity triangle will be straight line. At inlet, since the jet coming straight, the velocity triangle becomes straight. Therefore, V1 is equal to VW1 and VR1 is equal to VW1 minus U1 or V1 minus U. Alpha and theta is equal to 0. Alpha and theta is equal to 0 at inlet. N is equal to speed in RPM. From velocity triangle, V1 is equal to VW1, Vf1 is equal to 0, Vr1 is equal to VW1 minus U1 or V1 minus U. Velocity triangle at outlet for beta is less than 90, acute angle. Vr1 is equal to Vr2, cos phi is equal to U2 plus Vr2 upon Vr2, U2 plus Vw2 upon Vr2, which implies Vw2 whirl velocity at outlet is equal to Vr2 cos phi minus U. U is known, Vr2 you can calculate, phi is known, therefore Vw2 you can calculate. Among these four parameters here, if Vw2 is known, then you are required to find out other parameter. Depending upon the case in the numerical problem, how the data is being given, you are required to find out. Force exerted by jet on the bucket when beta is less than 90 degrees. Force exerted in the direction of motion. Let Fx, rate of change of momentum in the same direction, is equal to mass of water striking the vane per second multiplied by initial velocity with which the jet strikes in the direction of motion minus final velocity. From inlet velocity triangle, initial velocity of jet in the direction of motion is equal to Vw1. From outlet velocity triangle, final velocity of jet is minus Vw1 because the direction is opposite to the direction of flow. Okay. Force exerted by jet on the bucket, Fx is equal to mass per second multiplied by change in velocity, final minus initial minus final. Fx is equal to rho a V1 multiplied by Vw1 minus of minus Vw2. Therefore, it becomes rho a V1 multiplied by Vw1 plus Vw2. Here, small a is equal to area of jet, that is pi d squared by 4, where d is the diameter of the jet or nozzle. Work done by jet on the runner per second. We know that work done per second is equal to force in the direction of flow multiplied by velocity. So rho a V1 multiplied by Vw1 plus Vw2 multiplied by U, Newton meters per second. Power is equal to rho a V1 multiplied by whole multiplied by Vw1 plus Vw2 multiplied by U, Newton meters second or watts. Force exerted by jet on the bucket when beta is greater than 90. From inlet velocity triangle, initial velocity of jet in the direction of motion is Vw1. From outlet velocity triangle, final velocity of jet is equal to Vw1. Fx, that is force in the direction of flow of jet, is mass per second multiplied by initial minus final velocities. Fx is equal to rho a v1 multiplied by Vw1 minus Vw2 because both are in the same direction of flow. Rho a v1 Vw1 minus Vw2 Newton. Work done per second is given by Fx into velocity. Rho a v1 Vw1 minus Vw2 multiplied by u Newton meters per second. Work done by jet on the runner per second. In general, work done per second by jet on the bucket can be written as work done per second is equal to force in the x direction, that is flow direction, Fx multiplied by velocity rho a v1 multiplied by Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by u newtons meter per second. So if it is less than, we have to use plus. If it is greater than 90, we have to use minus sign. Power also in the same way, rho a v1 multiplied by Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by u Newton meters per second or watts. The velocity triangle figures at outlet for different angle of beta less than 90, beta. Here beta is greater than 90 degrees. Force exerted by jet on the bucket B is equal to 90 degrees. The velocity triangle will become like this. This is 90 degree. When beta is equal to 90 degrees, naturally Vw2 is equal to 0. Fx is equal to rho a v1 Vw1 because Vw2 is equal to 0 Newton. Work done per second is Fx into velocity rho a v1 multiplied by Vw1 multiplied by u Newton meters per second. Power rho a v1 multiplied by Vw1 multiplied by u Newton meters per second or watts. Pelton wheel turbine efficiencies. The different efficiencies that we can measure is hydraulic efficiency, mechanical efficiency, then overall efficiency and volumetric efficiency. These are the 4 types of efficiencies we can find out. Hydraulic efficiency. It is the ratio of power available at runner to the power available at the inlet of the turbine, that is water power. Therefore, efficiency hydraulic eta H is given by work done per second divided by kinetic energy per second or Rp divided by Wp. Runner power divided by water power. Work done per second Rp is equal to rho a v1 multiplied by Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by u newtons meters per second. When beta is less than 90, you have to use plus sign. When beta is greater than 90, you have to use minus sign. Kinetic energy per second is nothing but water power. Half mv square divided by second, half rho a v1 multiplied by v1 squared. That's why efficiency in general can be defined as ratio of work done divided by kinetic energy. So the formulae are being given here, that You yourself can understand. We have done all these in the derivation itself. Mechanical efficiency. It is the ratio of power available at the shaft, that is shaft power, to the power available at the runner of the turbine. That means mechanical efficiency eta suffix m is given by Sp divided by Rp. Sp divided by Rp. Work done per second, Rp is equal to rho A V1 whole multiplied by Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by U newtons meters per second. Mechanical efficiency is power available at the turbine shaft divided by power developed by turbine runner. Shaft power divided by bucket power. Efficiency mechanical shaft power, that is S naught P naught divided by R naught P naught. Sp divided by Rp. Shaft power divided by runner power. Overall efficiency, it is the ratio of power available at shaft, that is shaft power, to the power available at the inlet of the turbine, that is water power. So overall efficiency eta suffix O is nothing but Sp upon Wp multiplied by Rp by Rp, Sp by Rp multiplied by Rp by Wp, that is nothing but hydraulic efficiency multiplied by mechanical efficiency. Volumetric efficiency eta suffix V, it is the ratio of volume of water actually striking to the runner to the volume of water supplied by the jet at the inlet of the turbine. Work done per second is equal to rho A V1 multiplied by Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by U Newton meters per second or watt. Hydraulic efficiency is equal to Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by U upon GH, or 2 times Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 multiplied by U divided by V1 squared. Overall efficiency is equal to capital P divided by rho GQH. If only numerical mentions only efficiency is mentioned, then consider it as hydraulic efficiency. Suppose in a numerical problem, if it is asked to find out the efficiency of Pelton wheel, means you have to find out hydraulic efficiency. If at all it is asked for mechanical efficiency, they will say mechanical efficiency or overall efficiency or volumetric efficiency. If no prefix is given, means hydraulic efficiency. If Q is not given, then calculate Q using overall efficiency equation. If U is not given, then calculate it as U is equal to KU whole multiplied by under the root 2GH, and then use equation U1 is equal to U2 is equal to U is equal to pi dn by 60 to calculate D, diameter of the bucket. Once calculated number of jets, once calculate number of jet, once you calculated number of jets and rounded to next full integer, then recalculate diameter of jet for modified discharge. Okay. Thank you. We will stop here. Continue in the next class. Have a nice day.